Hello, I'm Tracy Ford, and tonight we're going to talk about weight loss. And I apologize, I am stuffed up and I can barely hear, but I know weight loss is a big subject that everyone wants to talk about because everyone's trying to find new ways to lose weight. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you who I am right now today. Trust me, this is for posterity because I would never do this. There is no way I would ever do this. I am not a Victoria's Secret model. I have meat on my bones and I have junk in my trunk. But I had a lot more junk in my trunk in 2010 when I started losing weight. I was into a size 24 and I weighed close to 300 pounds. So what you see now is an accomplishment. I am not in single digits. I go between an 11-12 and a 13-14 depending on how things are made. Some of my shirts are extra large because I have some girls that are heavier up top, and some of my tops are mediums. Everything depends on how it's made. What you need to look at is your actual weight on a scale, and I know that's scary because I still don't like to get on the scales. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up so that you can see actually what I look like, and I'm not naked, I promise. I'm in a pair of stretch pants and a tank top, but you'll see what I'm talking about. And I can tell you I struggle with this every day and I cannot believe I'm doing this, but here goes. This is who I am. There are fat rolls right here, and I have some junk in my trunk. So I'm not telling you tonight that you have to be super skinny to be able to like yourself and to meet your weight goals. The next thing I want to say is I am a type 2 diabetic. What I'm talking to you about tonight, I am not endorsing a product, and I'm not telling you that this is the right thing for you. I am telling you this is the right thing for me. So consult your doctor before you do anything to change your lifestyle. Let your doctor tell you what's right for you, especially if you are an insulin-dependent diabetic. Listen to this with a filter because it's not going to be the same for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut, and then we're going to start back up again so I can actually put some clothes on. So I'm dressed now. I was not undressed before, but I feel much more comfortable. The first thing that I'm going to tell you is you have to change the way you think about how you eat. And the MediClinic is where I went to learn how to eat. And that's why I say I'm not endorsing a product. I'm telling you what worked for me. Now this is a medically, basically you're coached at the MediClinic. I did not have weight loss surgery. I did not go through any extensive cosmetic surgery, although I would like to. But this is the program that I stuck to for 9 months. There are places all over the United States for these particular individuals, and they specialize in diabetic care. The first week was hell, and you can ask my husband how horrible it was. They put you on a 500 calorie diet for the first 7 days. Yes, your body can survive on 500 calories. It is possible, because I'm still alive to tell about it. You are to eat nothing but lean protein for those 7 days, and they have to equal 500 calories. And they told me when I first sat down with them that it would be hard for me to meet my 500 calories, and they were right. And I'm not going to put this online because I feel like if this is something that you want to do, you need to seek one of these clinics out. And their website, let me see if I can find their website. It's www.weight-loss clinics.com. They do have, the one I went to was in Vandalia, Ohio, and I went every week to get weighed in and to share my food journal with them. They have a list of like fluids and things that you can intake that aren't going to hurt you during that week, because the goal of this 7 days is for you to go into a state that's called ketosis. And what that means is your body is eating its own fat, which is why you don't see hanging skin on me, and which is why I did not have to have cosmetic surgery to have skin removed. My body was consuming its own fat. Like I said, this was monitored by a doctor. And they gave me these little pee strips, is what I call. And they said after the first 3 days I needed to pee on the strip and look at the color, and if it was too purple, I wasn't getting enough hydration. They wanted me in moderate ketosis all the way up until I got to the maintenance stage. The second week, and they even give you like sample menus, the second week was 500 calories of protein, a cup of fruit, and a cup of vegetables, or 2 cups of vegetables. And you could divvy out your calories however you wanted to. They also talked about exercise, and that you only needed 30 minutes 3 to 4 times a week. Now here's the thing, I didn't exercise once on this diet. I was in graduate school, I didn't have time, but the weight still came off. Here's the thing they won't tell you. You have to be at your goal weight before you can safely exercise. Your body has been in this yuck for this long. And if I would have started exercising at 300 pounds, I would have not only scared other people, but I would have scared myself. So once I lost the weight, I went to Zumba. That was my form of exercising, and I loved it, and I still do, but because there's inches and inches of snow on the ground and we're at sub-zero temperatures, I can't go right now. However, when spring gets here, I plan on going again. Find someone in your local community that does Zumba. You may want an elliptical, you may like swimming. Any type of exercise keeps your body in check, and it helps you lose weight faster. They did put me on medications to help, but they also warned me that I didn't have to take the medications to lose the weight. It was just going to help me lose it faster. And like I said, this pamphlet has saved my life. I adhered to this diet I still adhere to this diet as much as I can. Like I said, go to their website and see where there's a clinic near you. The medications that I still take from them are the fat burner, the Stay Slim, and I just started trying the metabolic melts, and what they are is they're like a little lozenger, and you put it under your tongue, and it helps with cravings. You should only take it about once a day, and they tell you not to drink at least for 5 minutes after you ingest it into your body. The other thing I'm going to tell you is drink like a bandit. You have to drink at least 128 ounces of fluid a day, because the only way that fat will escape the body is through water. That is how it dissolves and breaks down, is through the kidneys. I drink 4 of these a day. This is a 32-ounce glass, and I don't stop usually at 4. I stay very well hydrated, and ladies and gentlemen, if you don't stay well hydrated, you will not feel well on this diet, trust me. And now, like, I feel like I'm missing something if I don't have this like with me. It's like a bottle now. I'm like a child, and I have to have my baba because I can't live without this. The other thing that I will tell you, and I've just tried this recently, is their oatmeal. I was an oatmeal addict before I lost my weight, and I didn't know that they had come out with an oatmeal that was safe for diabetics to eat. This has 100 calories in it, only 1 gram of fat, and 9 carbohydrates. and 14 grams of protein. The key to this diet is protein intake. They are pushing protein intake and low carbs. It's almost like the Atkins diet, only on steroids. This right here, I used to eat for breakfast every morning. It's a protein bar, and they have like four different flavors. The peanut butter is my favorite. I love it. It is a real meal replacement bar, so you can eat it as a meal or you can eat it as a snack, and it is safe for diabetics. This is a Rice Krispie treat. I do not have the actual stats on this, but I can tell you that it is a nice way to end a meal, especially if you're a sweet eater and you like sweets. Once you've ate your turkey wrap with the cheese or whatever, and they even recommend you not eat cheese because it's so high in fat. However, I cheated and got fat-free cheese made with skim milk. And I was able to wrap that around turkey slices and use mustard and eat them. You are going to feel like you are eating like a bird for a while, but then it will become second nature to you, I promise. This is something else that I did later, after I had went through the weight loss, is I started going to a chiropractor, and they introduced me to standard processed products. These are important for you to get your vitamins and minerals, because when your body is deprived of vitamins and minerals, it will go into shock. So that is why I told you they had me on medications. That wasn't standard process, but they had me on vitamins and minerals to count, because I wasn't getting it from my food anymore. A lot of the food that's out there right now is processed. At heart, I'm a naturalist. I just can't afford to be. So what I do is I do the supplements. And some of them are Spring Valley, some of them are standard process, but I always make sure that I research, because as a diabetic, if you have anything that you take in with yeast in it, look out, especially ladies, because you're going to wish you hadn't ingested those vitamins. Standard process is made in a very healthy way and in a natural way, so I recommend that you research that company as well. The next thing is my Bible. This is my food journal. I have to keep my food journal. If I do not keep my food journal, I lose track of what I'm eating. Now, I'm telling you, this is a struggle on a daily basis for me, because I love fattening, fried, horrible foods. And this is like what keeps you in check. Now, like I said, I'm not telling you this is the right way for you. I'm telling you this is what worked for me. I tried Weight Watchers, Slim Fast, you name it, I tried it. This is the only thing that worked for me. The other thing that I want to encourage you to do is when you start losing the weight, because you're going to track that in your journal, and you're going to track your ketone outtake. Look at the little things that are happening. Your rings are looser. You're able to cross your legs. You don't feel as heavy. Literally, when I went into my consultation, they showed me something horrendous, and I've never forgot it. And I'm going to use this candle as an example. It was this big jelly-looking thing on this platform. And I thought, what in God's name is that? And the consult director said, that is 1 pound of fat. That is what you are losing when you drink your water and when you stay on this diet. And it was the most god-awful thing I had ever seen. And I thought, Jesus help me, that is what my body has stored. And it was nasty looking. I'm talking nasty. The other thing I would recommend is for wardrobe. About halfway through my weight loss, I bought clothes. Don't do that. Wait until you're completely done. Even if your clothes are hanging off you, buy something that you can feel comfortable in, because you need to reward yourself when you reach a certain goal, because you're going to increment your goals. You're not going to say, I want to lose 60 pounds and I'm going to do this when I lose 60 pounds. Don't do that. Reward yourself. Go get your nails done. Go get your hair done. Go get a facial. Do something to reward yourself besides eat junk. Because that's one thing that people are like, oh, I'm going to have a candy bar today because I've lost 60 pounds. Don't do that. If you reach a 5-pound goal, go get something done. Buy a new bra, buy some socks. Don't reward yourself by eating something fatty. You're defeating the purpose, because what happens is, in this particular diet, you kick yourself out of ketosis and it takes you 3 more days to get back in. And when you're not in ketosis, your body is not burning fat. It is just laying there. So only when you're in ketosis is your body eating your fat. Some people would say, well, you're starving yourself. Well, I'm a size 13 now. So it obviously worked for me. Now, I'm not saying it works for everybody. Some people are better off with Weight Watchers. Other people are better off with the Atkins diet. It's up to you. This is what worked for me. The other thing that you have to realize is, more than likely, if you stick with this, you're going to dip really low. In other words, my smallest at this juncture was 150 pounds. I was in a size 10. I could not maintain that, because eventually you're going to start adding complex carbohydrates back to your diet again. You're not going to act like a fool and eat a Big Mac, but you are going to add your carbs back into your diet, like a piece of bread here and a piece of bread there, and battered chicken. You're going to add those things back in. This is not something that you stay in ketosis all your life, because you could hurt yourself doing that. At the maintenance stage, you're going to start adding things back in that you took away to lose the weight. Ladies, this is the thing I'm going to tell you. Get good bras, because what's going to happen is your gravity is not going to be your friend. When you are losing weight, your breasts are going to be the last thing to go. That's your body's natural defense, because that is the way you feed your young. So your body and survival is going to take over, and they're going to say, nope, we're not letting those girls go, because they're full of fat and they're full of mammary glands to feed a child. Those are going to be the last things to lose weight. So don't get discouraged if you look like Dolly Parton. In fact, your partner might like it for a while. But you're going to be like, when is this going to happen? Because I don't look right. When you do feel like you have reached your goal, go get good bras. Get good supportive bras, because those sisters are going to end up hanging. I'm sorry, whether that upsets you or not, it is the God's honest truth. Ask anybody that's ever lost weight. Don't feel like you have to be a size 6 or a 9 to be thin enough. Find what your body is comfortable with based on your calorie intake. Typically, what I try to do is take in about 850 to 900 calories a day. I can't survive on a 1,200 calorie or 1,600 calorie diet. I would be enormous again. I can't eat more than 1,000 calories, or I would just start. I've gained weight. I'm not a size 10 anymore. Like I said, I go between an 11 and a 14. But guess what? That's what I can maintain in a healthy way. Do I feel bad about it sometimes? Guess why? I have a disorder called body dysmorphic disorder. It means that no matter how thin I get, it's not going to be good enough. And that's also a postcursor to anorexia, which is what I had in high school. I was down to a size 4 and I looked like a walking skeleton. And that still wasn't good enough. I wanted to be a size 2. I wanted to be a size 0. I still struggle with that. I still don't like what I'm seeing. I still want to be thinner. But I know that that's not healthy for me, that that's not going to reach the ultimate goal of being healthy. Because you're doing this not just to feel good about yourself and to look good. You're doing this for your own health. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. If you have questions about this, please contact me. And like I said, don't go off half-cocked and get on this diet and think, I'm going to do this. Get a doctor involved, because if it wasn't for the physician at that clinic, I would have probably not done this well and messed it all up. But you have to do what you feel comfortable with. Some days I struggle. Some days I eat a sugar cookie. Some days I eat an entire wedding cake. Wedding cake is bad. I will tell you that right now. It's bad. But you cannot, once you've reached your goal, you cannot completely deprive yourself, especially on special occasions. Because when my husband and I got married and my friend made this wonderful cake, it was like heaven. And I ate it, and I ate a lot of it, and we froze some of it and ate it. But the thing is, if you revert back to this diet and stay on it, you will lose what you've gained. Christmas time was not a good time for me. I was starting into fat. It was bad. So I decided, okay, January, I've got to reel it in and get a brain and start doing this again. You will go through that. You will go through waves, through the whole process. It's a lifestyle change. Don't associate with diet. D-I-E is in that, die. So don't call it a diet. Call it a lifestyle change, because that's what it is. I think that's it for today. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm sorry I sound like I'm in some cave, but I think I've given you all that I need to give you to be armed with a good understanding of what worked for me. Like I said, if you have questions, you can contact me. My website is tracyford.com. You can leave comments here. And then I also have, I'm going to have links at the end of this video for the MediClinic, as well as Standard Process. Standard Process products are usually going to be found through your chiropractor, because they're usually holistic physicians, and they advocate for a natural lifestyle. And for example, I'm sick right now and I don't want to take antibiotics. I'm trying to take all of this to make sure that I kick whatever we have, because we're all sick. This will also help you stay well. I will tell you that. When I lost all my weight, before I lost all my weight, and then I'm going to shut up and let go on with your life, I was sick constantly. I constantly had the flu. I constantly had head colds. I was sick all the time. That's because the sugar produced in your body attracts bacteria, especially for diabetics. When I lost weight, I wasn't sick at all. I didn't catch anything coming and going. It was almost like I hit a reset button in my body and I didn't catch anything. I'm catching things now, and stress level has a lot to do with it. When you have a high stress level, you're likely to have an immune system breakdown and you will start catching things. But if you keep your protein intake high and limit your sugar intake, sorry, your body will kick into high gear and it will start fighting off whatever has entered your body. Sometimes you'll have to have antibiotics, sometimes you won't. I try not to do the antibiotic thing because it makes me sick, and I want to eat when I'm on antibiotics. Again, that's it for today. I'm so sorry this took so long, but if you have questions and you want to go on a quest for weight loss, please contact me and see your doctor. I'll be happy to answer any specific questions that you have, and I'll also be happy to share this little booklet with you as well. And then on their website also, you can buy these products. Like I said, Standard Process is going to end up probably having to be through a chiropractor. Have a great day wherever you are. Stay well, stay warm, especially if you're in the United States in this wonderful winter season, which I can't wait to see go bye-bye. The last announcement I have, which is not really related to any of this, those of you that follow my publishing will not be through PDMI anymore. I'm venturing out on my own and teaming up with some other people to get my books out there. They are coming down off of Amazon and will be going back up under me as an independent author. If you have questions about that, you can ask me, send me a message or whatever. But that is all for today. Health and happiness to you, love and light. You have a great day wherever you are. See you again.